And now, Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to give a big thank you out there to everyone who donates at our Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel,
yes,
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, you guys.
You guys help us make a better show for everyone. We really appreciate it. And have a happy holidays.
Yeah.
Or have a bad one, whatever. I don't know. I don't know your life. do your own thing. You choose what kind of holiday you want. Don't let people steamroll you into choosing their holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want, man.
Well, speaking of holidays, we originally weren't going to have an episode this week.
But you were overcome with guilt.
But, well, I didn't have an episode for the Thanksgiving week last month.
Oh my God, 2? They're gonna throw you away, Rachel.
It honestly just felt so weird to not record an intro for that week and to just not have anything released on the pod. We still did the Patreon stuff, but just our normal podcast thing. It felt so weird to not have anything, but at the same time I wanted some kind of a break. So
yeah, it is a weird feeling, right?
Yes.
So the thing I noticed is if you are working at a Burger King, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a person who's your boss, and you come in, you work there, and you have to do the Burger King shit while you're there, and then when you leave, mm-hmm. you're not doing Burger King thinking anymore.
Right.
You're out of Burger King. This is your time now, right?
Right.
So it is weird though, because at every moment, if you have a job that you're supposed to be doing, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not doing it, there's this little thing in the back of your head that's kind of chewing on the edges of your brain.
Yeah.
You should be doing that right now. You should be doing it. But if mm-hmm. you did listen to that every time, you'd wake up, be drawing, go to sleep, wake up, draw. You need something else. Otherwise, you frazzle out. Mm-hmm. But then if you do too much other shit and not that, then it can be hard to. There's a good balance. So when you get a weekly thing, mm-hmm. The comic in particular, I know exactly what you mean. Every week, at the same time, you do the same thing. And you've got a pattern, you got a rhythm to it. And when that gets hiccuped a little bit, one time, my mom was, she told me, "What are you doing?" I'm I've got to finish this comic. I'm going to be done. It's going to take me another 10 minutes. And then I'm just going to make the deadline. She's like, "It's Wednesday."
Oh, no.
And I was like, "What? It's Wednesday?" What? I was I had literally just convinced myself that it was supposed to go up in the morning, but I actually had a day and change.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet that's the level of panic. And mm-hmm. Nobody's going to be mad at you if you don't hit it, the deadline.
Yeah.
It's purely you who's mm-hmm. upset. You don't have a Burger King boss. Right?
Right.
It's just you.
Really, I guess you could say that this podcast is the Burger King of D&D actual play podcasts. I feel that's what you're trying to say.
I think I might just be hungry. Yeah, I think so. And on all you guys out there are the chicken nuggets. No, wait. Your onion rings. Your onion rings in this metaphor, I've decided.
Okay.
Right.
But so anyway, this is a very sort of free flow kind of quote unquote episode that we did.
It was one take.
It was all one take. There's minimal editing done to this because
right.
I wanted an actual break, but I wanted to still also have content to release. But I think it's very funny. And if you are in the Patreon, also this week's Patreon ties into some of the stuff discussed in this episode.
Not really. Not really. I mean, look, they were both one takes, right? So both of these were like free form role playing with absolutely no pre-gaming at all. Like we had
Correct.
no prep. I think the other one was like the Patreon one was like 5 seconds before we started to do it. I was spitballing names, and I had just pitched the idea of the format.
Yeah.
Like maybe 20 seconds before that. And settled on a name, and as soon as I said it, we just went. Like from the second I said like 5 names, and I was like, that's the one. Go. Right? And then to Nate's credit, he rolled with it, and then when we called D-Walk, it was perfect. It was good.
Yeah. It was very just
kind
of whose line is it anyway, sort of improv.
Very much so. Yeah. No, but it's fun. So this is just be like a little kind of like aperitif.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we'll be back to Dragon Heist next week. But in the meantime, I've been calling this episode a very Lich Gate Christmas.
Right.
Because I didn't know what else to call it.
But there wasn't much Christmas talk in there.
There's not.
There's a little bit.
There's a little bit.
I tried to steer the boat back towards Christmas a few times, but we were way off. So
we were, but it was still fun.
I hope you guys like it. Yeah. So enjoy.
Hello, Waterdeep. This is Excellence Callista for the Arts and Entertainment section of the Waterdeep Wazoo.
I saw her on the TV.
And today we have a very special treat. We are sitting down with several of the band members of Lich Gate, one of our very own homegrown bands here in Waterdeep, and ask them a little bit about their holiday plans, any traditions that they have, and what kind of announcements they have for the future. So to get started, why don't we go around the table and see who we have here today. First of all, we have Varian Herpetor, the manager of Lich Gate, and you also play an instrument as well, don't you?
Yes, that's correct. I play the bagpipes, the manliest of metal instruments, regardless of what Metalfor might say.
It plays the bag.
Yes.
I'm told that is sexual.
Everything with you is sexual, is it not? But yes, that's correct. I do play the bagpipes as well as manage the band, and it's been an interesting road trip with them so far. But I'm glad I came along because their previous manager was screwing them over royally. They were basically not getting much in the way of residuals off their money. He was taking a big 70% cut and everything. And after all was said and done, I renegotiated, and now I'm taking an 80% cut. And but they're getting better travel accommodations.
That's a much larger number.
It is a much larger number. You're right. See how that works? It's always good.
Shoes out of it. I finally got shoes.
You did get shoes.
Yes, I did.
So also here at the table, we have Renazmir. You are the lead guitarist. Is that correct?
That is true. Also the only guitarist.
True. And finally here we have Varys, and you are the drummer for Lich Gate. He has to think about it.
Hi, all. Yeah, I'm Varys.
That's him.
And
yes,
I'm sorry, Varys. I thought I asked my assistant to let you know there was actually no drinking allowed at the interview today. Were you told that?
Oh, she did. Oh, yeah, she did. Well, maybe there's always drinking. I wasn't going to listen. Shit.
No. You're not drinking. You're imbibing. Okay.
Well, he said
totally different thing. Completely above the board. Legalese. Perfect. No issues there.
Okay.
That's a holy text. You can't get mad about that. He's imbibing.
It's part of my tradition.
Listen. Just be glad he's doing it orally right now. Okay. Just roll with it.
Last Christmas we tried that the other way, and holy shit.
Well, I told you it would work. It's just not appropriate for these kinds of venues. Okay, that's for after the show.
So
I am excited.
Drunk that night.
I'm excited for Christmas season.
Are you now?
I am.
I didn't take
Do
you
I
as
get
much
to
of a
see the
Christmas.
zombie man? He comes to your house. He comes in through your windows and he steals your children in a bag.
No. That's
and
Krampus.
Rides off on his reindeer.
That's Krampus. That's not saying you're getting your folklore mixed up again.
It's a large man in a blood-covered coat.
Isn't Krampus what Mel caught like 6 months ago?
No. That's something totally different, and we're still not really discussing that because there's some legal complications around it.
He has slave gimps that he carries around, these elves. Yes.
I'm sorry. Is this? Let me just ask real quick. Is this?
They make sex toys for him in their dungeon.
Is this a drow Christmas tradition?
No, we don't have Christmas.
So where did you learn this Christmas story?
Varys told me.
Never winter. Mm-hmm. Never winter.
Large man in blood red coat, smock. Is it smock? Coat. If the belt is on the outside, it's smock, right?
I need.
So he comes into children's rooms and he squishes them with his large bare hands, and he says, "Oh, oh," and then he rips them apart and eats their flesh for his sustenance. Yes. He says they are delicious, and then he washes them down with milk.
And he shits out coal.
He poops coal. It is a finite resource that people use to warm their homes.
I see. Viren, you're an Eladrin, correct? So are you from the Feywild, or did you grow up here in Faerun?
No, I'm from the. I mean, look at me. Of course, I'm from the Feywild. I mean, why would you? Yes, I am. Although I've been around.
It looks like he's from the Jack Link's beef jerky bag. That's a crusty motherfucker, is what I'm saying.
Yes, thank you, Renesmere. I'm gonna make sure Santa Claus visits you twice tonight. I am originally from the Feywild, although I've been around both metaphorically and literally. Why do you ask?
Well, I was wondering if in the Feywild they observe different sorts of Christmas traditions than maybe what you've seen here or in Waterdeep.
Well, yeah. So here it's all about trees and rebirth and giving, and there's this festive cheer. Everyone's friendly with one another. Back in the Feywild, it's just drug-fueled orgies 24/7 for a week.
Fuck yes.
That's pretty much all it is. I mean,
down here it's ho ho ho, but back home it's look at those ho ho hos.
Yes, it's more about the holes. But
hose go blow.
Tell her about the fairy dust, man. You brought that shit out last year, and holy fuck, man!
I think I lost my eyeballs for 20 minutes.
Well, they were still in your head, but they were rolled all the way back.
I could see the back of my brain.
I'm sure that was one hell of a view. No, but yeah, it's pretty much just usually around day 6, you kind of start to lose a sense of where your body begins and where other people's end. And
my pelvis was numbed from the thrusting. To clarify.
I'm sorry. Is that an actual pelvis that you've just taken out of your backpack to show where it went numb?
I was describing it. It was my pelvis, but this is what it would look like if it were not inside my skin.
Okay.
What do we talk about taking your bones out in public? You're not supposed to do that. It scares the normies. It makes ticket sales suffer.
This is called the crotch socket. This is where the wiener goes.
I don't think that's exactly how that works, but okay.
It's a silo.
I'm not a doctor, but I don't think there's a linkage there, if I remember correctly.
The pelvis bones connected to the crotch socket. That's how the song goes.
Once again, I'm really curious as to where you hear your songs from, but yeah,
that one wasn't me. That was Leslie.
That was, of course, it was. No, but that I think that pretty much answers your question. It's pretty much it's 7 days of drug-fueled orgies, and then on the 8th day, there's rest. because
it's a dirty drug-fueled fuckstavaganza.
Yes, because basically by the 8th day you're dehydrated, dead, or both. And then everybody has a nice meal afterwards. It's a pretty fun tradition.
Okay, and Varys, what were Christmas traditions like where you grew up?
Well, mom and pop leave out a beer for Santa, and I drink it.
Well, like when you were a kid, what sort of celebrations did your family have?
Me and Leslie, like, we pretend to be NASCAR and we take the boxes, from the Christmas tree, because they always get those fake ones, and we take them down the hill in Waterdeep.
Okay.
Those were fun times.
Well, so no, but I just want to clarify, when you're talking about leaving a beer out for Santa, that's when you were older.
No. I was doing that shit at 4 years old.
I've actually seen it. He's taking out this. His mom actually had a very intricate rubber nipple that would fit right on top of the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, 2 rubber nipples.
No. No, we're not talking. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, moving on from the traditional Christmas questions. Christmas is coming up. Are you all still touring, or are you taking a holiday break?
We're always touring.
We get breaks?
We're always.
I said we get breaks.
Well, that's what we do when we're not playing. That's what happens. You play and then you don't play. That's the break, right?
I seem to remember there being more dragons involved.
You play, I drink, and we play again, and I drink again.
Yes, the drinking is your break.
No.
Yeah. You should be happy.
Hell?
I let you. Yeah, but you drink while you play too. I actually let you take a break while at work. I am a fair and honest manager. See,
and you only take like 80%,
85%,
85.
No
now.
big deal. Yeah.
Excellent. Yep. I just want to clarify the reason we are so close and our banter is so comfortable is because we've all seen each other naked multiple times since we've started touring.
Right.
Shit, that's like a Tuesday on the bus.
I think it's very important that people, in order to get comfortable, see each other naked. Why are you still clothed?
I'm actually surprised we aren't naked right now. I agree. That's actually not.
Yeah, we probably should strip right now.
You don't.
That'd be normal.
I think it's
that's
the
not
only
necessary
way
for the interview process. Actually,
to shed the skin of our former
that's our
existence.
process, though. That's our artistic process.
He's right. It's artistic. Although I'll have to be honest with you, if we're going to do that, I have to get rid of this slatted chair because I'm going to get stuck.
That's gross. That's gross. The things you say are gross to me.
Oh yes.
Have you ever heard of Pit in the Pendulum? It's like that, except less artistic.
Yeah, there's more pendulum and less pit.
So, going back to touring, have you guys had any fun touring stories lately?
What do you mean fun?
Well,
half of our band is in prison or missing. So that's also fun.
I have heard.
We're like the Van Halen of rock and roll. Except we didn't replace it with a substandard second placer like Sammy Hagar.
Yes.
Oh shit! Come at me, Sammy, you fuckbag.
I got your back, cuz.
Red the rocker my ass.
Fuck right.
Piece of shit. Diamond Dave.
His tequila sucks. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I've drinking better things out of a toilet.
They even made a cartoon about him. He's Hagar the Horrible. It's so shitty.
No. It's. You know what? I'm going to give you that one. That's fine.
All right. Well,
I hope that answered your question.
It did not actually.
It did. No, as far as fun tour stories, I mean, every day on the tour is fun, but every day on the tour usually involves some combination of sex, drugs, alcohol.
Walking out with our cock out.
Yeah,
that shit happens.
I mean, it's kind of baseline at this point. One Oh, let's see. Good stories. There was a time that we convinced that entire, amphitheater down in Baldur's Gate to get naked during the show. That was pretty cool.
That was the most honest crowd I've ever seen.
That was one vulnerable show. That's for sure.
It was crazy. Yes.
I don't remember the Baldur's Gate town guards being too particularly thrilled about it, but
I never got past the ball of Baldur's Gate.
That's
there was a lot of balls in Baldur's Gate that day.
Well,
too many, one could argue.
Yeah, if you get past the balls, then you've got the gate to contend with.
I heard that concert was the reason why you've all been banned from Silvery Moon. Is that correct?
Oh no, we just don't go there because it's a shithole.
That's a whole different reason.
Yeah, it's just a shithole.
They're just really uptight there.
We spread that story around so people go, why don't you go to Silvery Moon? Well, it's because, we've been banned there, but it's just a shithole. They have crap bars and,
nobody likes poutine. Quit trying to make it a thing.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. They have no sense of humor there.
No.
Shit.
No.
Bunch of stuck up elves.
Yeah, they've got some kind of fucking wizarding staff up their ass. That's for damn sure.
Right? It's like, fuck, man, pull the staff out, give it back to Elementor and call it a fucking day.
Shit. Yeah, and they're constantly trying to push light beer, and just stop that. Just stop it.
Fuck that.
Stop.
I want my beer to be thick like syrup.
Shit, if I wanted to drink piss, I'd go get a cat piss and drink fucking light beer. Fuck my ass. This is bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, Silvery Moon, suck it. Love Lich Gate.
I'm not sure if I can actually keep that in the interview. We do try to keep a friendly relationship with Silvery Moon.
That's fine.
Okay,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Are you friends with them?
Silver Moon.
I'm not worried about it. Whether you put it in the paper or not, it's not going to make a difference. They can't read there anyway. Bunch of
oh shit! He burned them. He burned them good.
I mean, I know we're all elves and everything, and there's kind of like this implied incest thing going on, but up there, it's not implied. It's just right out in the open.
With their ears so long like that, you think they can hear how lame they are.
That's some shit up there. Pushing kids out windows to cover shit, motherfuckers.
Next question.
Okay. So I have a note here that you've always done regular merchandise related to band things. You do the tour tabards and things like that. But there seems to be a bit of a rumor going around that you've developed a new type of merchandise. That's a bit surprising, but it seems like this has been something you developed while on tour. Is that correct?
I actually have one right here if you want to hold it as we talk about it.
Look,
here you go.
All the time, rock and roll people have long hair. Most of the time, I'm going to point to.
You should put it up right now and use it right now while we talk about it.
So, look, and we tie our hair back so it doesn't get in the instrument. So when we're doing things around drinking and eating, it'll keep your hair back.
Yeah.
So we've created a scrunchie.
Okay.
And here, and I'm going to throw it to you. Take a look.
She will catch it.
I know the color is a little odd. We're still kind of working on that, but
it's hard to find a uniformed color. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed.
There's just
and it's really,
so many
really
shades.
Yeah, I know, and it's really, really hard to find like an entire group of raw materials that have been bleached. Those are very few and far between.
You have to understand that the tension increases and decreases with the temperature.
Yep.
What do you think?
That's. I mean, it's a very creative type of merch. I don't think I've seen any other bands advertise something like this.
No. We're pioneers, as they say. I mean, sure, you could tie your hair up with the ribbon, tie it up with the rope or something like that, but that's so passe. And you've actually got to tie it, and it's going to eventually work its way loose. These things have good elasticity.
Tying it close with the cinchable colon muscle of a dead fallen enemy.
I'm sorry.
That is the future.
That is absolutely the future. You're right.
And they're
about
unlimited out there. I mean, the resources are endless to get them.
The sphincter is a miracle of nature, truly.
It really is.
It really is.
And depending what you get, you can get big ones, small ones.
Ones that ride on rocks.
Right.
Excellent.
You really need to find like a group of people that really embrace fiber in their diet if you want the ones that are really sort of got a good tensile
spring load.
Yes, that's very good.
You want the cigar cutter mechanic to be very strong.
Yeah, although there are people out there that don't like their hair cinched quite as tight, or maybe they have a whole lot of hair, and so for that we usually go for the more meat-eating varieties of orcs and trolls and things of that nature. Those tend to be a little worse for wear, for lack of a better way of putting it. But yeah, they function
and coming
quite nicely.
soon, Storm Giant branded belt loops. You can just put them around your waist.
Yeah, or we're working with the seamstress in Waterdeep right now, who's trying to work a way to incorporate those and actually sewing them into the waistband of your pants, which is great because you can sit and wear those and you can drink all the beer and everything you want, and they just expand along with you. And you don't have to worry about it. You're always comfortable. You don't have to worry about, things cinching up where you really don't want them cinched up, if you know what I'm talking about. I think you do.
It looks great in your hair, by the way. Amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic. Yes. It looks fantastic. Just ignore the blood on the side. It's clean right there.
The smell usually goes away in a day or two. Just leave it out in the sun a little bit.
We wanted to make sure yours was fresh.
Oh, your skin tone is actually starting to turn like the
scrunchie. You are.
Excellence is
going
to
green.
set it down on the table and kind of push it away with her quill.
But because it's so fleshy, it kind of slides slow across the tail. Like a warm lifesaver gummy.
You're looking for some cobalt so we can make like beard scrunchies.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Dwarves will eat those. Well, not literally, but
Dude, dwarves love that.
Dwarves would love those. God, you're right.
We get pixies. We can make rings.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many viable options here. We're really just getting started. We'll expand.
Well,
like
basically, I mean, we're basically working from the butthole up. We're trying to look for more ways to incorporate the colon, the large intestine. I mean, there's a lot of ways. I fully believe that there is actually a delicacy market where you can take meat and stuff it inside intestines and then boil that. And I think you'd be, the people who made this bagpipe, they really believe in that kind of stuff, and so I think that could be a big deal too.
Do you find it difficult to balance this manufacturing work with your music and your touring?
No, we really try to spearhead the development.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's inspirational to our songs.
Yeah,
and due to our polling, we have realized that being at the forefront of butthole technology as we are,
yes,
we just gotta get behind everything.
Yes, you don't want to get stuck behind.
No, you really don't. And to be honest with you, I mean, it can be difficult at times. I mean, we have a very busy schedule, but we're usually able to carve out a few minutes here and there to, go
We're
out.
We're pretty anal about our business.
We really are. Yes, we really, really are.
It's some good shit.
Well, in the
and that's the whole story.
Why don't we pivot to talking more about your music? And if I could just get one of my assistants to please take this somewhere else because I can still smell it. Thank you so much.
We got like 5 more for you and your assistants each. I mean, we brought a bunch.
Who's looking at you, Tony? You are the best key grip in the biz.
So
that's a professional name for a guy who uses tape. He's a grip. He uses tape like a champion. You go, Tony.
So there have been some rumors that you have a new album coming out. Is there? Can you confirm that? Maybe tell us a little bit about your inspiration for it.
Yes, it's called Minotaur's Rectum. And then Colin damn near killed him. And I don't know. It's a working title. We're still dealing with it.
We are workshopping that one as we're putting the finishing touches on some of the singles.
Right. I'm pretty pleased with my pan flute solo. Pretty interesting performance. Really get out of my wheelhouse,
I
But
wasn't aware that you played anything other than the guitar.
I do. I play many other instruments. Guitar is my forte.
Mm-hmm.
But I try not to play the instruments like normal. I like to add my varied worldview to performance. So I have used no mouth on this pan pipe, no hands. And I think that we still got a pretty unique sound out of it.
I agree. And if you think that's impressive, you should see him play the skin flute.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm very good at that. Yep. Lights out, killer.
Yep.
Sometimes I play a clarinet. Sometimes I just play Claire. You know.
Hey, can you get your assistant to give me another case of beer? I'm out.
Didn't you just bring that case in and it was full?
Yeah.
Another use for the scrunchie. 6 rings to hold together 6 beers.
Oh,
because they're cold. They tighten up around them. Perfect.
Well, yeah, and you know what? It's not a bad thing. I was kind of initially worried about, like if someone were to just like toss it aside and it ends up in a river or stream.
It would choke a duck. It would choke a duck.
Right, but these are biodegradable, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I'm just
more like biodegradable. Am I right?
Well, or degrading. Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question? It was about our album.
Tony, beer case now. Come on,
Tony. Could you bring him some more beer, please? Thank you.
Yes.
And bring some tape as well. Tony, you son of a bitch. Okay, so Minotaur, that's going to be the new album, I think. We're still working on the title.
Yep.
Okay. Are you in Waterdeep right now to record it, or are you here for holiday plans?
Little column A, little column B on my end. I mean, we are getting some work done in the studio. I've got things going back on at Red Beaver Media offices here, and yeah, I guess I'm celebrating the holidays in my own special way. I mean, I can't go back to the Feywild to have a massive orgy, but that doesn't keep me from having one in my hotel room. So,
I still haven't gotten an invite. It's so rude.
That's because I stole yours. He didn't send me one.
He's like, I came twice.
No, now wait a minute. It's funny you mentioned. Well, that way you didn't get the invite. I don't know what the deal is. Ever since we've gotten to Waterdeep, mail just keeps going missing, and I don't understand why. It's like every time I try and send something, it's like all of a sudden, I had a whole stack of invites over at Adri's place where we've been staying, and I'll be damned, I thought those were sent out, and now you're telling me you didn't get one. I wonder who else didn't get one. No wonder no one's showing up.
Yeah, maybe you have to ask Uncle Ludo about that.
It is a total mystery.
Total mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's strange because normally the mail delivery in Waterdeep is very reliable.
Yeah, well, something's obviously going on. Yeah.
When I come over to your house, it's mail delivery. What's up, baby? They call me Hordash.
Oh Lord.
And when I do it alone, it's Uber Beats.
I thought they called you Chub Hub. I wasn't.
Chub Hub is a good one too. Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever used Baiter? No.
Well, why don't we go ahead and start wrapping up this interview? Is there anything else that you all want to add to this? Any announcements that you want to make?
Yes, I have been looking for my father for 27 years, and I am trying to find him. His name is the Spider. He may or may not actually be one. My mother was, in fact, a spider. I assume that if one was a spider, the other would also be a spider. I don't know why that makes me not a spider. I should probably be one according to, science. But really just any information. There is a reward. You can have 2 to 3 scrunchies. And I will also play you a song. And if you're attractive, maybe there will be more rewards. Who knows? The problem is I want to find him. If you could help me, that would be very nice of you.
That is, we will be sure to include that in the article.
You drew a picture of him. You share the picture.
Yeah, this is a picture I drew of him.
You drew this picture of a spider?
Yes. He has 10 legs. One of those is a wiener and the other is another wiener.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes, it's because he's very potent.
Okay.
He must have more than one wiener.
Also, it would explain his 2 wieners in a more convenient way than I can.
Yes.
That's one of the things that when you get naked with this guy, you do have to be prepared for that.
Snakes have forked tongues. You know? Who's to say what's right and wrong?
Well, any other...
To clarify, they are linked end to end. So it's like, it looks like one long one, but it's 2. There is an elbow in it. I have a bicep on the first one.
Anything else the rest of you would like to add?
Oh, yes. One important fact.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Silver Moon.
Yes, fuck you in your stupid elven face. Your stupid pointy-eared fuck. Wait, oh shit.
Lannister wannabes.
I guess from my end, buy our merchandise, buy our albums, come see our shows. And if you don't, go fuck yourself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
Merry Christmas. I hope the man does not get you on his reindeer.
This has been Excellence Callista for the Waterdeep Wazoo, signing off.
What are you doing when you get done with this? Where are you going?
Hey, actually, I think I found these invites. Hang on.
Oh, shit. Y'all got invited to the party?
Hey, Tony, why don't you come along, too? I got an eye on you, buddy.
Sorry, these
we've
invites
got something you can tape up.
These invites just have a blank space for you to write names in.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Important to keep a log of your fuckables.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you'd like to see our adventures in comic form, the professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. If you're interested in supporting us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius, as Renasmir on lead guitar, David Walker as Varys on drums, and Nathan Lett as Virian Herpator, Lich Gate's executive talent agent. And let's not forget, last but not least, our suffering DM, Rachel Moore.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next week. Until then, the invoice is in the mail.
What's an invoice? That's the voice you use inside. For indoor concerts.
As opposed to your out voice.
I use my out voice all the time. You know what? We'll probably just say, hey, here's an episode. Listen to this. That seems better than this. Because the only thing that would make this worse is if I got a bunch of emails talking about ways to cook hams that would make me like it more. Like, have you ever tried slow roasting it? I'm like,
we can ask for that in the intro if you want.
Don't. I swear, if you put in Dees wants ham recipes, I'll lose it. Don't do that to me.
You know what Dees would love? He would love a bunch of strangers telling him how to cook.
I don't mind a recipe, just not for ham.